We're back yet again. We're back yet again here. It's been a really long time. We've been gone for a long time. I'm still drinking the spring water. Actually, that's bullshit. I just picked this up the other day. 100% natural. This water actually tastes good. I got this from Giant Eagle, which is interesting because Giant Eagle, they threw us for a little loop. That was like the time, I don't know if I ever talked about this, but I was there and I was recording this Snapchat video. I was like, oh, I thought it'd be funny to like there was this fucking woman there and she was like, oh, does anybody have a Giant Eagle card? And then I was like, oh, wouldn't that be funny if I got on my phone and like told this story of this woman that didn't have her Giant Eagle card and like talk shit about her and then be like, that fucking bitch didn't have her Giant Eagle card. What a shame. And then turn around and be like, yo, I need a Giant Eagle card. So I did that. And this guy just goes, you can use my Giant Eagle card. And I got scared. Because, man, did this guy lock on. He locked dead on. Just like, you could use my Giant Eagle card. He wanted those fucking points. He knew what he was going to get himself. Some nice fuel points. Because who knows what I'm buying. Maybe I'm buying like $200 worth of fucking shit. And I just said, no thanks. I just said no thanks. And I left. Yeah, I think I left right after that. But I've not been drinking, I've not been drinking the water consistently that whole time since the last time that we filmed this. I've just been, I just started. I just picked up a new package of 100% natural spring water from fucking Deer Park. This is the Deer Park brand. So it comes from the Deer Park. And it's good. It's good. It tastes better. And water can really affect a lot of different things. It really can affect a lot of different things for you. If a water tastes like shit, it'll make your breath taste like shit and smell like shit. The water here, while I'm always drinking bottled water, the water here has sulfur in it. And you drink that stuff for like 3 days, your breath will smell like a asshole. 100%. You're like, oh God, what is that smell? You're like, oh my God, is that my breath? And you're like at work one day and you're like who shit themselves? And you're like, oh fuck, like, and you realize it's your breath. We were in Iceland though, and I was in the airport, okay, and I got drunk in the airport. You know, she's like, can I see your boarding pass? And I was like, why do you need to see my boarding pass? I'm buying a fucking water. And she was like, I was like, is it more expensive up here? And she didn't want to tell me that it's more expensive if I'm leaving the country because she's a fucking asshole. I just bought a sandwich. I think what I really want is a cookie. Hello, Mr. Cat. Are you pissed off that they killed you? You just got a little cock in your head like, hello? 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 You know what you do? Do you know what you do in a desperate situation? You use a family restroom like I did. Oh, look, that's me. Hey there. You hear the music? Oh shit, the toilet's flushing. Cause like, I was gonna do I was gonna try to sleep on the flight, cause then we had a long drive back, and it was just like fucking wild. So, anyways, I was like, oh, I'll get drunk in the airport, and then I'll get on the plane, and then yeah, that'd be fun. So I get to our gate, right? We're about ready to board. We're like in that hallway, and I see this old dude, and I'm like in a social mood. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to go fucking talk to him right as soon as I come back. And I come up and I'm like, hey man, like this. And he fucking opens his mouth and goes, hello. And I go, whoa. Like that. And I was like, what the fuck? And I got this fucking eerie smell, like a fucking giraffe pissed in his mouth. And I was like, okay, maybe that's not him. I'm really drunk right now too, so I'm like, okay, I'll go closer. Whoa! Whoa, dude! And then I took like 2 steps back, still wasn't enough. I took a solid 3, 4, 5. There was a good 6 feet between us. And my God, that was the radius in which I could stand that things just did not smell from there. I do not know how. I understand why these like midlife crisis scenarios happen, because it's like, oh man, it starts out, it's like, you know what, it's like Tom, like Susan, she's talking about Tom, her husband, she's like, Tom, he's limp down below, he's limp. She's talking to her friend Karen, she's like, oh, whenever we get frisky, Tom, he's just always limp. I just can't, I try so hard. Last night I made pecan pie and quiche, and I set the table, and, the kids, they've been gone. They've been gone now 2 years, and I reached over and he was limp, and I thought, okay, that's fine. And so I played around for a little bit and he was still limp. And I said, oh, Tom, and then I went and I tried to kiss him, but it smelled like a giraffe fucking pissed in his mouth. Smelled like giraffe piss. Like, how do you do that? Be like, yeah, we haven't kissed in 45 years. Tom's breath smells like giraffe piss. Like a fucking dead carcass. Like a rodent. Like, what are those vultures that sit along the freeway and eat dead fucking raccoon? Like a dead, rotting, decaying fucking butthole of a corpse that's been in the desert for 10 days, getting eaten on by vultures with strange mutant raccoons that crawl up and eat out your fucking anal cavity. I did not know what to do with that man. Good guy, just goddamn. His fucking breath, like, reeked for miles. I swear to God, I've thought I've had bad breath before. This guy's breath just fucking reeked. Oh my God, I was like, wow, I cannot fucking even stand near you. Like, it is that bad. I can't stand near you. And it was like this weird, like, contraption with his mouth. It was like almost like this door to where it's like he's like, and then he closed his mouth. It was like, but his breath, it just like fucking screamed at me. When he closed his mouth, it was like all good. And then he'd open it. I was like, oh God, like the fucking nuclear bomb of camel piss coming out my face. Oh my God. Can't imagine. I would rather do anything than sit next to that man on the plane. I swear to God, I would sit on the toilet in the lavatory. In the fucking lavatory. That entire 6-hour plane ride, then I would sit beside that guy. Or even the next 3 rows of seats in front or behind him. Because it's horrible. Just horrible. Horrible. I was working, so I got back, right? I got back from that, and I was working, okay? And there was this chick, okay? She sits down at the bar, and one of my coworkers is talking to her, and she's like, oh, yeah, like, we were talking about something, and she goes, oh, that's frustrating. You know what I would never fucking say ever? That's frustrating. Because if it was actually frustrating, I would be fucking pissed. Irate, okay? Sounds like an anger management 101. Okay, today, Billy, when you're fucking pissed, we're instead going to say, that's frustrating. All together now. Okay, 1 and 2 and 3. That's frustrating. Good. Everybody good. That's great. Okay. Now remember, when you're mad, I'm fucking pissed. Now, Billy, we are frustrated. And we can even do a slight lean in posture from up to down. That's frustrating. Really exemplify things with the movement of your shoulders. Your body, remember, words only make up 7% of communication, so there's no need to use such anger-heightening words. We can communicate much better with body language and polite, proper verbiage. Let's try it now. All together now. That's frustrating. Good. Great. Excellent. Absolutely excellent. Great work, Tina. Great work. Oh my God. And it was like, you know what? You are a lying fucking bitch. That's what you are. Okay? Because she's like, oh, that's frustrating. She was really just like in a hurry. You know what? She was just in a hurry. And she's like dismissing everything that we're trying to talk to her about. Because she's like, oh, like, yeah, that's frustrating. Okay. That's frustrating. Wow. Oh my God. That's so frustrating. Oh, wow. Gotta get going. But then I'm going to say, oh, yeah, that whole story that she just told me that was really long and really fucking detailed and deserves a much longer and better response than that's frustrating. I'm just going to give you the that's frustrating response because I'd like to get the fuck out of here. Okay, can I please get my product and leave? Can I check out now because I'd like to get the fuck out of here. Because really, I'm not frustrated. I am fucking pissed. Yeah, that is frustrating, isn't it, bitch? Superficial whore. Speaking of superficial, I tell you, I don't know when I stopped believing in Santa Claus. If it was like, it was probably somewhere around when I was like 8 or so. So this is probably one of the worst days I've had in 12 years. Do you know when you like do something where you're like, oh man, I wish I never would have fucking done that because it ruined it for me forever and ever and ever. Like when you go to like, you're like, oh man, maybe you're like a diehard McDonald's fan, and then you watch like what is actually in chicken nuggets, and you're like, God damn it, I can't ever. Like, you just watch it, and like part of it's chicken, and then the other part of it is like some fucking factory worker's finger. And it's like, oh, God damn it, but that McChicken, you know, that McChicken, oh, I want to eat that McChicken, but Jerry's fingers in it. Like, damn, I'm in a real bind now. And then you're like, oh man, you're like, I bet it doesn't really happen that much. And then you like Google, you're like, how many fingers are in McDonald's fucking chicken nuggets and other weird objects? And it's like, oh fuck, man, damn, that's a lot. It's like I've got like a 2 out of 3 chance that there's a fucking finger in it every time. That's how this was for me. It just ruined the whole thing. It just ruined this whole situation for me. So like when I was like 8 years old, I found out Santa Claus was fake, and my parents told me that. They're like, Nathan, we would like for you to sit down because we need to tell you something. Like, oh yeah, Mom, Dad, you putting on your fucking serious faces now? How about you let me play my goddamn PlayStation? No, Nathan, we really need to tell you something, okay? We've not been fully truthful with you for the past 8 years. I'm like playing Mario Kart, and then I'm just like, what do you mean? Well, honey, first we want to say we love you very much, okay? And we think you're a very bright boy. And we love you so much, and we never meant to do this to you. But do you know what happens on December 25th? Christmas? Well, all of those presents. Then your dad steps in, Santa's fake! And your mouth goes, you saying you brought all those fucking presents? 2 of you? Are you saying there are not 8 tiny fucking magic reindeer that come onto our roof? Are you saying you ate my fucking sugar cookies? That's what they're saying, okay? So that's what happened. I had that real life crisis again. I watched this porn video, okay, right? And for some reason, I don't know why I did this to myself, but I got in there and I was like, oh, I wonder if there's a behind the scenes, you know? It's like watching your favorite movie and then you see that like half the shit's fake. I'm watching it, okay? And the guy's fucking her, right? And he's just loving it, right? That's real. Every part of that. Trust, I swear to God, that's real. Then they go, action. And she goes, ah, 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 ah. And then they go, cut. And she's just like this. She's like going like this. And he's still just fucking her brains out, like, ah, ah, ah. And she's just like just laying there, no noise. And then they go, and action. And she goes, ah, ah, oh my God. Fucking, oh my God. Ah. And they go, cut. And then she goes, and you're watching this and you're like, you saying you made up this whole thing? You saying that she doesn't actually squirt? That's not real? What about the deep throat ice cream pie? Is that fake too? And then you realize that pretty much everything is a fucking scam. That is all for this evening.